In this video, I'm going to walk through my honest opinion of whether Squarespace is good or bad for SEO, and whether you should consider choosing the platform or opting for an alternative such as Wix, Webflow, WordPress, or Framer. What I'm going to do first is break down the 3 things that you should be considering when deciding whether Squarespace is good or bad for you. Then I'm going to break down in general my thoughts, whether I think Squarespace is good or bad for SEO, and then give you a framework that I actually give to my clients when deciding which website builder is going to be the best platform for them. And if you're new here, my name's Henry Purchase, and I actually made the SEO plugin for Squarespace SEO Space. We've actively helped over 5,000 Squarespace users in the last 12 months rank higher up on Google with their Squarespace website, and actually have a multi-6-figure SEO agency that works from startups to public companies, most of which actually aren't on Squarespace. So I feel I've got a pretty good experience across the different website builders, working with thousands of clients in order to figure out what's best for them. So stick around, because in just under 10 minutes, I'm going to give you my honest review of whether Squarespace is good or bad for SEO. Now, in order to tell whether Squarespace is the right option for you, I'm first of all going to give you 3 things that I want you to consider. And this is going to be important in general, whether Squarespace is the right platform for you or whether Squarespace is good or bad for you. The first thing that I want you to consider is how much customization does your website need? If you're a huge multinational corporation, or you're a huge real estate company with a directory, listings of different properties, Squarespace probably isn't going to be the platform for you. However, if you're a small to medium-sized business, you maybe need between 1 and 50 pages, Squarespace is going to be a fantastic option and has everything baked in within the box for you to get going. Secondly, I want you to write down how much resources you have available in order to dedicate towards SEO. If you've got thousands, even tens of thousands a month available for SEO, and you've got the expert resources in order to access top levels of customization, Squarespace might not be the best option. However, if you're a small to medium business with limited resources, Squarespace is probably going to be the best option, as I'll discuss later. And then third and finally, before we get on to what I think, the last thing that I want you to consider is what platform do you prefer doing SEO on? Regardless of the website builder that you choose, SEO requires patience and consistency. And if you pick a website builder that you just hate using, for example, personally, I hate using WordPress, you're not going to be consistent, you're going to have headaches, and ultimately you're not going to get the SEO results that you're after, regardless of the website builder you use. So list these out on paper, do a pros and cons list, and then go on to the remainder of the video where I'm going to break down my opinion of whether Squarespace is good or bad for SEO. And what I personally always like to do is head to the data. And what I'm showing you here is actually a weighted list of ranking factors when it comes to ranking higher on Google search engines. And if you just pause it here and take a look through, you'll see that the website builder that you use is not a ranking factor, i.e. whether you choose Squarespace, WordPress, Webflow, all the different options out there, it does not actually matter what you choose. What matters is how you use the features and functionality to do the things that are really going to move the needle on your website. For example, the 2 most important things are where you place your keywords, and of course what keywords you choose, and consistent publication of high quality content. So in these cases, the best website builder for SEO is going to be the one that allows you to publish high quality content easily and consistently, and allows you to put the right keywords in the right places as often as possible across your web pages. So personally, I actually think the question of whether Squarespace is good for SEO, and in fact whether any website builder is good or bad for SEO, is actually irrelevant, because the website builder you choose isn't a ranking factor. What matters is how you use it, and ultimately, as I've already mentioned, whether you enjoy doing SEO on that platform or not. But of course, as I've already mentioned, it really does come down to your personal situation. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you a framework that I apply to my clients in order to help them understand whether Squarespace is good or bad for their unique situation. Now, this framework that I apply is generalized. So of course, go through the video, answer the questions, do a pros and cons list. However, in general, this is what I find helps you decide whether Squarespace is good or bad for SEO. And on this graph, this axis is for the customization required for your website. So if you need a super customized website, if you're on the top 95% when it comes to customization, if you need lots of custom coding, features, functionality, you're going to be higher up here. And then the x-axis is for the resources or budget available to you to invest in the right places. So if you have a really high budget, if you've got lots of money, lots of internal team resources in order to invest into SEO, then you're going to be further up here. And in general, I found that if you're in the top 5% of customization, i.e. if you're above this line, you're in the top 5% and you need a super customized website, and you've got more than $5,000 a month to spend when it comes to SEO. Personally, I think that Squarespace SEO is going to be bad for you. I think that going for a platform like WordPress or Webflow is going to be better because you're going to be able to access that top echelon, that top level of customization, and really that top tier of SEO knowledge, which you can't actually access on Squarespace because of some of its limitations. However, if you're the 95% of businesses that don't need tons of customization, if you've got less than $5,000 a month in order to invest in SEO, then I believe that Squarespace is good for SEO for you. And in fact, I'd go as far as saying that Squarespace is the best option when it comes to SEO in your position. So feel free again to pause this video, decide how much budget you've got for SEO, how much customization you need, and this is really going to allow you to figure out whether Squarespace is good or bad for SEO in your unique situation. So there you are, guys. That is my take on whether Squarespace is good or bad for SEO, as well as my framework that helps me and my clients decide whether they should be using Squarespace or an alternative platform. Of course, if you have chose Squarespace for SEO, feel free to subscribe to this YouTube channel where I regularly share Squarespace SEO tips, as well as guidance to use SEO Space, the SEO plugin for Squarespace, to rank your Squarespace website higher up on Google. And of course, if you've got this far, thanks a lot for watching this video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.